why you have more buying power than you've had in 3 years right now. So it's a great time to buy a house. Everybody will tell you, don't buy, interest rates are horrible, yada, yada, yada. Right now is an awesome time to buy a house, and I'm about to dive into it and tell you why. First off, let's talk supply and demand, okay? There's not a ton of inventory out there, not a lot of houses. And for the first time in 3 years, houses are sitting for 30 days plus in a lot of times, depending on the price range and the location, okay? And that's because the demand is not as high because the rates have increased, okay? So what does that mean for you as someone wanting to buy a house? You're thinking, well, it sounds like everybody thinks you shouldn't buy. No, the demand is low. You can get the house you want and have negotiating power. We haven't had negotiating power for buyers in 3 years. You can actually negotiate a contract now. So what I mean by that is if they've got it listed for 300, you can go in and offer 290 and ask them to cover closing costs. Now, will they take it? Maybe not, but you can at least ask and they won't be insulted because their house has been sitting on the market for 30 days. You might get closing costs paid for. You might get the house for less. 2 years ago, a year ago, people were offering $30,000 over asking price and offering to pay cash if it didn't appraise for that. So now it's more realistic. You can buy and you can actually negotiate to your benefit. It's much more of a buyer's market than it was. Before it was a seller's market. Now it's much more of a buyer's market, okay? Supply and demand. So if you wait around and you don't buy right now, and you say, well, I'm just going to wait till the rates drop, things get easier. Well, what's going to happen is those houses that have been sitting, rates drop. Now demand has increased because everybody thinks, well, I need to buy now because rates have dropped. I've been waiting 2 years. Okay. So now you've got 10 offers on one house because everybody's back in the game. You got 10 offers on one house. You're going to have to offer something stupid. Everything's back in the seller's court. They control the game now. You don't, okay? So if you wait, you're going to lose that buying power. You're probably going to cost yourself a little money because guess what else is going to happen when demand skyrockets? Values are going to skyrocket. So that $300,000 house that you wanted that you could afford right now, but you refuse to do it because you don't want to pay more on rate, that $300,000 house is now worth $325,000 in a year. $325,000. Okay, so you just lost out on $25,000 in equity, and then this is all theoretical. You lost out on $25,000 in equity. First off, now you may not get it because you're competing with 10 other people, and you're going to have to spend money out of your pocket because the seller's not going to pay your closing costs. So you just lost $30,000 to $32,000 roughly on that theoretical idea there that we need to wait and buy when rates drop. Well, guess what? The value's higher. If the rate's 1% lower, does it really change that much on your payment? No, because the value's going to be higher. So something to think about. You've got buying power right now. It's a great time to buy.